So good to be here at First Methodist. Or should I say First Methodist? Sorry. Yes. Yes. Man, on the way over here, my wife said, "Can I pray for you?" And I said, "I don't think I need prayer for a comedy night." She put her hands on me and she said, "Set a guard over his mouth." Set a guard over his mouth. First Church, it's so good to be here. Make some noise. Let me just let you know right there, that applause is the peak of the next 15 minutes. That's as good as it gets right there. First Church. First Church. That's a bit presumptuous, don't you think? First Church. Look at us. We're First Church. We're better. Step off, Life Church. We're better. Back up. Acts 2 said John Cahill stood up on the day of Pentecost and 3,000 were added. Oh, First Church. Man, First Church. Well, it's good to be here. Oh, man. Church names are funny, aren't they? Think of the church names. I have a church down from my house. It's called, literally, maybe you've seen the sign for it, the church where God moves. The church where God moves. No joke. That's a lot of pressure, don't you think? All it takes is one Sunday where God doesn't move. And now you have to change your name to maybe where the church, God moves sometimes. Is he just going to make fun of churches all night because we got to go? I got to get out of here. Oh, church names. A lot of you know me in here. You know my wife, she's right there. She's the blind girl with an IQ of 50. How do you think she married me? Makes sense, right? My wife and I have been married a few years, and we were just talking this morning. We've decided not to have kids, so we're going to tell them when we get home tonight. We're just done. We spent a lot of years, and we're done with kids, so they're just going to fend for their own, right? Fend for their own. How many of you agree? Like sometimes you just got to give up and let go, right? Let it go, let it go. Throw them on the other side of the road. Whew. Actually, we have 6 kids, 4 boys. No, 4 girls, 1 boy, and we actually have a girl that's transitioning. What do you guys, no, transitioning from kid to adult. She's moving out of the house. I don't know, were you guys thinking of something else there? Oh, sorry, no, I didn't mean that. She was transitioning into adulthood. So we got a lot of kids, we've raised a lot of kids. I've raised a lot of girls, a lot of women in my house, 5 girls, 1 boy, and a lot of drama, a lot of noise, a lot of talking, a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. And do you know that I know for a fact that men are going to arrive in heaven 30 minutes before women. Do you know that? Revelation 8:1 says, and Jesus opened up the 7th seal, and there was 30 minutes of silence in heaven. You guys ready? That 30 minutes is going to be golden. I can't wait. Oh. Marriage has been good. 27 years. Come on, make some noise. 27 years. Yeah, 27 years. You know, I didn't always look like this. Actually, 20 years ago, I used to look like Tom Cruise. Wavy hair, eyes you could swim in, beautiful cheekbones. No joke. I got pictures, right? I got pictures. Now you fast forward 25 years later, I look like Tom Cruise had a baby with Jelly Roll. True. I avoid mirrors, but every now and then I get a glance. Tom Cruise had a baby with Jelly Roll. That's me. Actually, someone came up to me the other day and said, "Dude, you're fat." And I said, okay, I'm going to hold my tongue. I'm not going to get offended. I'm going to be the bigger person. And actually, this morning I was just able to forgive my mom for saying that to me. So, yeah, true story. Love you, Mom. I don't know why I'm looking up there. She's not in heaven. She's still here. Oh, let me move this stool. Oh, I dropped my stool. Sorry. Oh, talking about stools, let's talk about colonoscopies. You know, I'm 50 years old now, and I went to my doctor the other day, and she said, it's time to get a colonoscopy. And I was like, what? Come on. That's exit only, sweetie. And colonoscopy, that sounds awful. So she walked me through some of the steps of the colonoscopy, what it would do, and then she shared the price with me. And I said, I can't afford that, because I bundled my health insurance with AAA, roadside. And the idea of getting a colonoscopy by my guy changing a tire on the side of 111 doesn't sound healthy or sanitary to me. So I said, are there any other options? And she looked at me and she said, you could poop in a box. And I said, all these questions come flooding to my mind. Poop in a box. Okay. What kind of box? A Happy Meal box? A refrigerator box? Sometimes I get backed up. If I put it in an Amazon Prime box, does it get to you in 2 days? Do I have to put a return label on the box? Do I get my poop back? So many questions. Oh, he's talking about poop. This is disgusting, so crass. Poop in a box. What an amazing concept. Sounds disgusting to me, very disgusting. Actually, I had a disgusting thing happen to me last Sunday, for real. I was in the sound booth before service, and I was popping some corn nuts in my mouth, because the best part of waking up is a corn nut in your mouth. I was just popping it, and I got down from the sound booth, and I was still chewing, and I went outside to the foyer. And Bridget comes up to me. She starts talking to me, and she's asking me a question. And all of a sudden, I went to respond with this mouthful of corn nuts in my mouth. And as I was pronouncing a word with the letter S, a corn nut came out of my mouth. Okay, it's okay, right? It'll just land on the floor, maybe hit her in the shoulder, on the forehead, or graze her ear. You know, either way, it's gonna be good. No, this corn nut came out of my mouth, and everything went into slow motion at this moment. It came out of my mouth, and it made, with no deviation from the level that it was going, it just went straight. And I looked at it, and all of a sudden, it went into Bridget's mouth. This is not just a story for a bit of the comedic routine tonight. It went into her mouth, and I saw it, and my face went white. Because in this moment, there is nothing you can do to retrieve any dignity that you have left. All of a sudden, the slow motion goes away, and in fast motion, Bridget's doing this. And I'm like, did a corn nut just go in your mouth? She said, yes. And I looked at her, and this is what I said. We didn't have any further conversation. She said, we will never talk about this again. And I just walked away. And I just walked away. True story. You know, getting old is not fun. You know, you spit in people's mouths, you drop things, you have to go through colonoscopies, pooping in a box. You got to look like a baby with Tom Cruise and Jelly Roll and all this stuff. And getting old is not fun. You know, but Joel says that old men will dream dreams. So I've been asking the Lord for dreams. Like prophetic dreams, right? Like, okay, if I'm getting older, God, give me dreams. So one night, I was going to bed when I found out that I had to get up here and give this 15 minutes to make people laugh. One thing about me is that I really enjoy situational comedy where I can play off other people's stupidness. And, but this is not it. You're up here by yourself, just giving 15 minutes, hoping that people will laugh. So this 15 minutes could have been the start of my comedic career or the most humiliating time of my life at 50 years old. So I went to bed that night, And I asked the Lord, I need help. So I went to sleep, and somewhere, I guess around 2 a.m., I started to have a dream. Now, get it that, I'm 50 years old. I want to have prophetic dreams. I want to have these powerful dreams that the Lord speaks to me in. So my dream opened up with me walking in this mall, all right? An indoor mall. And kind of like Opry Mills, right? And all of a sudden, this possum comes running up to me. This is a dream. This is true. This possum comes running up to me and jumps in my arms. And I'm walking in the mall with everybody walking around me, and I'm holding this possum. And it's really awkward, and I know that I want to put the possum down, but his beady little eyes and his pink little nose just looks up at me and says, just keep me, just keep me. So I started walking through the mall with this possum. And every store that we went into, I was like, people are looking, this is weird, this is not a dog or a cat. I can't call this a service animal, this is a butt-ugly possum. And I'm holding this thing, and I'm going into the store. So we finally went into this bookstore, and I found my opportunity to put the possum down. So I put him down, and he ran over to the book section. He picked up a book, How to Play Possum, I don't know what it was. And he just started reading it, right? And I saw my opportunity to run away. So while he was reading his book on how to play a possum, I started walking out of the store. And I went to the food court and got a drink. And then I saw the possum running after me. And this dread came over me. It's like, I do not want to be stuck with a possum for the rest of my life. I'm nobody possum's baby daddy, all right? And so I make an exit for the mall. And I'm about to get to the car, and I turn around, and in the food court windows, he has both his little tiny paws on the window, and his little pink nose smushed against the window, tears coming down his eyes. And without him saying a word, this is true, I'm not making this up, I could see that he felt so much rejection and abandonment from me. And so in the parking lot, I called, I said, come to me, come to me. And he walked up to me. And he jumped in my arms again. And I held him tightly, and I said, I'll never let you go again. And he went, For the rest of our lives, he traveled with me in the front seat of my car as we spread the good news of the gospel. And I woke up and I said, Lord, what the heck was that? What am I on? What was my apple juice laced with before I went to bed at night? And he said, no lie. He said, that is for your comedy routine. How beautiful it is that God cares even about the moments that have nothing to do with spirituality or the good news or praying or house of prayer. He says, I gave that to you because you're my son. But I said, Lord, I want prophetic dreams. I'm 50 years old, and Joel says, you promised me that I would dream dreams, but you have given me a Taylor Swift love story with a possum. God bless you guys. Good night. Thank you, First Church.